Okay, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm feeling like this is checking off every single thing listed. When I saw Anastasia Beverly Hills drop this brand new foundation, I had to go pick it up. Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. A moment for this packaging. So stunning. I love the little details of like the rose gold cap, frosted glass bottle. So pretty. I'm gonna pull it up and get all the details, claims. We're gonna put it to the test. I'm gonna do a little review and a wear test and see if I like it. Let's get to it. It's going to retail for $46. There is not a ton of shades, so the shade options are a little bit, you know, not the best in my opinion. There's only 25 shades. They do claim to be flexible shades, so while there's only 25 shades, it could still work for everyone. But my personal opinion, when I was looking in the store, they did run a little bit deep. Definitely thought even the neutrals pulled a little bit more on the deeper yellowy side. That being said, if this shade is totally not doable, I like to say in all of my foundation reviews that we're gonna still make it work. I'm looking at coverage, I'm looking at how it looks on the skin, texture, I'm looking at how it blends. I can always end up making it work with some concealer and powder and all of that. It does say that it's a impeccable foundation that delivers a medium to full, long-lasting coverage with natural velvet matte finish. When it says natural velvet, that already is a selling point for me, so love that. Using a precision blur technology that blurs the pores and imperfections. It does have hyaluronic acid to help hydrate and smooth the skin. It's supposed to give a flawless, seamless coverage with a comfortable wear up to 12 hours. It is also dermatologist tested, non-comedogenic, and safe for sensitive skin. It is ideal for all skin types, especially oily skin, since it is going to be more of that velvet matte. I'm going to list the key ingredients right here. I cannot pronounce anything else besides hyaluronic acid. But there is 3 key ingredients. It is water resistant, weightless, and a water-based formula. And on the packaging, it does list some claims as well. So that's always helpful when you're in-store shopping. Love that it's on a pump, and it actually is very thick while doing that initial pump, and it's not running at all. So this is gonna be a very thick formula. I'm gonna just dot it on. I already did my skin prep prior, morning skincare obviously, and then I applied some moisturizer prior to filming. I'm debating if I should do a brush and a sponge because honestly, I've been just going more for that brush route. Just take the BK Beauty 115 brush. The shade doesn't look that bad at all. Would I say it's oxidizing? Maybe a tiny bit. I would say it got a little bit deeper from the initial little swatch. Just a tiny bit deeper, nothing too crazy. The shade 2.5W. Usually I'm more in the neutral category. I did look at the neutral shade in the 2 and I didn't think that it was my shade. I think I can get away with it. Hopefully it looks, wow, that covered up a lot. Okay, that's beautiful. Just gonna bring a little bit to the ears just because we want everything to blend and flow nicely. And I'm just gonna bring a little bit to the neck, whatever's like left on the brush. That like felt like I did nothing. That was so effortless to blend that out. It feels comfortable. It doesn't even feel like I have anything on my skin, which is amazing. They're also saying that it would be like a second skin, and I'd have to agree right off the bat. That looks incredible. I'm gonna do half my face so you can see the coverage and like redness, discoloration, all of that. That is going bye-bye because that looks so pretty. I did use that entire pump. So this is just one pump or 1 to 2 pumps right on this side. There's nothing left. It actually blends right into the skin. So perfect. Wow. Wow. I usually don't hit the eyelids too heavy because I want to add my concealer. Wow, I'm sounding more and more nasally as this video goes on. I'm sorry. Perfect example because I am having a little bit of like the drier patch around my nose right now and it's a little bit red, just a little irritated. So this is the side with it and this is the side without. And that's beautiful. Finally, full coverage. This is definitely giving skin while giving that perfected look. Totally feeling weightless. Like I don't feel this on my skin whatsoever. It's crazy how much it's actually covering while still allowing my beauty mark to peek through. Very pretty. I absolutely adored their Luminous foundation when they released that a couple years back. So this is definitely providing that softened velvet look, but this you can get like that full glam. And then I'm assuming if you did apply it with a beauty blender, you can totally sheer it out a little bit. It'll still provide that softened velvet look. Wow, this feels like velvet. Like this goes on so nice, almost feels a little moussey. It's just blending so perfectly into the skin. Barely even touching it on my neck to blend and the shade matches pretty spot on. I don't even know what I was just saying. I totally got sidetracked by what it looked like. This feels really good. Almost feels like it's self-setting. Like it doesn't feel heavy on the face at all, but it also doesn't feel like I just freshly applied it. It almost feels like it's set itself. This I can see being my go-to foundation when I want to have a little bit more of that elevated, often glam look. So really loving that. This just melts right into the skin and it blends out so seamless. Barely doing any work with the blending. All I was doing is little patting, stippling motions. That's it. I wasn't overly doing it and it was doing the work for me. So impressed with how my skin looks. For it being a velvety, softened look, like, I think my skin looks very good. When I tell you this is no joke, the shade match is perfect. While they do claim to be flexible, I wish there was more, especially from like a top brand. I just wish that there was a little bit more shade options available. Now, this is such a beautiful finish. I really, really love the way my skin looks. So perfected while still giving that skin-like look. It's ideal for all skin types, especially oily. Now, that claim, I think I agree with 100%. If you're a little bit more on the oily side, you're going to love it because it does give that velvety matte look. But I would say that if you are dry skin, I still feel like you can like it because it's not overly matte. I had a dry patch around my nose, and that always makes or breaks it for me with foundations because it will cling to it in a heartbeat, and I don't notice it clinging at all. I just think it looks so seamless and smooth and buttery. I think that this is so pretty. I actually didn't add a lot of bronzer today. I would say that because I did apply the products a little bit after applying it initially, I was sitting here talking, it did start drying down just a little bit. It was a little bit of a downside to me just because I went in with my products about 4 to 5 minutes after I applied it, and that made it cling to spots. I don't know if it's gonna appear up on camera, but yeah, right here, if you can see right there, that's like a little bit of like a lift from the bronzer. So I stopped applying bronzer because I felt like it was going to be really, really patchy, and I didn't want to have that look. I don't think I need a ton of bronzer at this moment, but I could have added a bit more. But the reason why I didn't was because I noticed it started getting a little bit patchy. Had I gone in right away, it probably wouldn't have done so. So keep that in mind. That being said, I do not have anything else to say about this. I think my skin looks literally 10 out of 10, A+. I'm gonna leave it on and come back a little bit later and share with you guys a final thoughts. Yes, we can have a little bit more definition and a little more bronzing, but aside from that, skin-wise and coverage-wise and the way that it appears and covers redness, like, really loving it right now. I'm hoping that it would be one of those foundations that as the time goes on and it wears, it looks even better. So I will let you know all my thoughts. Hey guys, a few hours later, I need to put on this lip balm because my lips are literally about to fall off. They're so chapped. Oh my goodness. It's been on for a hot minute now. I went and had lunch with my boyfriend in a totally different outfit. I took down my hair, like, it's been on a little bit, and I think that the foundation is wearing so well. I also feel like it's looking better as it's wearing, which is always a plus to me. The smile lines are always an issue, so I'm not even gonna touch on that. So if you have any type of line right here by your smile, or, you know, fine lines under the eyes, it could settle in there. If you really look, it did wear a little bit. A little bit of my mascara did get on my cheeks, so don't mind that. I definitely feel like it just wore a little bit, and around my mouth, a little bit is worn away as well. So it's really not bad. The parts that were patchy when I first applied it look even more patchy now, which does stink a little bit. Overall, I think that it is a great foundation. I think that it really meets up to all of their claims. Like, they're saying that it's supposed to be blurring, soft matte, second skin, moisturizing and hydrating, and I totally agree with all of that. Aside from the little bit of fading by my nose and a little patchiness from prior, I think it looks stunning. It's not over the top matte, which is great in my opinion. I will leave this listed for you along with all the products that I used on top of this face today down below in the description, as well as on the screen, so you can shop directly on this video. They did release a setting mist as well, which I did not pick up, but I did hear such good things on that one. So if you do want an even more mattified effect to the skin or softened look, I would so say to check that out. I think it would be a really great foundation to try out. Those are my thoughts on the new Impeccable foundation from ABH. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.